Guys, today I'm going to show you how to do the worksheet that goes to the Illuminated letter project. So I have pulled up the Art 3 requirements for the Illuminated letters, and I'm going to focus on number 4. It says the rest of the letters, meaning everything but the first letter of your name, should be drawn in a manuscript style that matches your illuminated manuscript letter, the first letter, or goes with it. I don't know if matches is the correct term. Okay, so the worksheets, let's see, I have on my projector, and I also have a packet that you guys are welcome to use. So this is what the worksheet looks like. And then the packet has examples, not a ton, but there are some manuscript style letters that you're welcome to use for the rest of the letters, basically. So on the worksheet, we're going to go over it today, and then I'm going to use these pages of the packet to help me. This packet is on the internet, so you're welcome to use it to help you. I know it's easier a little bit if it's printed out, but unfortunately, with the way, that's upside down. With the way everything is going, it's not likely that we'll print it out. All right, so I'm going to go back to my camera here, and I'm going to read this. And it says, follow the steps below to create your illuminated letters. The first letter of your name should be the most detailed, which is on another worksheet. The letters that follow will be in your choice of manuscript style. Use the illuminated letter packet to help you. So it goes through right here the steps that you're supposed to do. So I'm going to start with, and I'll figure out first, well, what name do I want to do? Do I want to do my first name? Do I want to do my middle name? Or do I want to do my last name? You have to have at least 3 letters. So if you have the first letter of your name and it's your fancy illuminated letter, then you have to have at least 2 more letters. Honestly, I think more letters look better, so I would shy against using 3, but if your name only has 3 in it, well, then you could do 3. All right, so let's say I'm going to do my middle name this time, which is Kara. So now you guys have all that information. So I'm just going to write it here so that I know, what name I'm doing. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a regular, capital letter, but I'm going to leave room at the top and the bottom. Then what I'm going to do is I will draw around it to make a block letter. You probably want to draw lightly because you are going to have to erase. And then I would erase the middle. Now, I realized when I was doing this, you don't have to do the first letter. So this is a good mistake for me to make because your first letter is going to be your special illuminated letter. So really, I would only need to practice A-R-A. If you want to practice the first letter, go for it. But I think I'm going to save myself some energy, and I'm just going to do the rest of the letters. So here's my A, because that's the second one. I'm going to go around it. Again, if you want to do the first letter, I'm not going to stop you. And then I'm going to erase the middle because I have to make a block letter. If you know another way to make a block letter, you go for it. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to start changing the letter. So what I'll do is I'll keep the border on here as my guide. And I'll look through this packet and I'll say, okay, well, what style of lettering do I want to do? I'm going to go difficult and I'm going to try to do this lettering. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this A. And so how I approach this is I'm going to change the letter one shape at a time. So I see that there is kind of this shape here. It's not really a triangle. I don't know what you would call it, but I'm going to attempt to draw that shape over the top of my letter. So here I go. Wish me luck. So I just drew that letter or that shape over my letter. Okay, now I know it has other things that go with it, but one step at a time. So the other thing that I see is that this center part is transformed. It has like this little kind of curl on it. And I can make it thinner. So my middle of my letter isn't super thin, and this is very delicate. So I can make it thinner. And then I kind of got rid of this side of the A. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to draw this line that goes through it. And then I'll start on the other side. So I'm kind of, instead of doing this in little chunks, I'm kind of working around and just trying to see what works. So you can see I am keeping the original block letter until I can get the other parts of the letter drawn. And I'm just going at this, like, again, slowly. And if it looks really bad, then I'll erase it. Like, it's not a big deal if it doesn't work out on the first try or the second try or the third try. But you do want to practice and get it right before you go to your big paper, because then you're going to be frustrated because you'll have all these eraser marks. Okay, and then I see there's like curly Q that comes out of here. And again, I can compare this when I'm done. So if it's not looking right, like I see this vertical line that comes down, there's the curly Q, and then it branches off and it cuts through. All right, so there's an example of the A. So then I would do the same thing with the R. And sometimes there's letters missing from these, and I'm not sure why. If there's a letter missing, you might have to make it up, just so you know. All right, so if I would do the R, it would be the same way. I would start, I would make a block letter, erase the middle, okay, and you want to practice these enough so you feel comfortable with drawing them on your big paper. So if you have to practice them more than once, that's totally fine. And this is kind of square in here. It's weird. And then I go over this other side. It's got sort of this point down here. And then I would just continue and I would erase when I'm done. So for me, I would need to do on this worksheet the A, R, A. The K is optional because I'm going to be doing an illuminated letter for that. If you find you don't like the style of letter and you don't want to do that on your portfolio or on your, I call it portfolio because that's what we did last year. If you don't want to do it on your illuminated letter project, then you are going to need to show me another style of letter, and you're going to need to show it to me before you move to the bigger paper. So once you get this done, you're going to move to the illuminated manuscript sketch worksheet, and then I will go over that in another video. Thanks, guys.